My main objective of this winter is to begin exploring the backcountry terrain in and around Revelstoke. I have done touring in Europe a couple of times, as well as a little bit of heli skiing, but my knowledge about the snow and all the conditions and risks is very, very limited. So I'm looking to educate myself. I've signed on to the Avalanche Safety Training Level 1 course with Stay Wild. This video is going to document my experiences as I begin learning this journey and eventually working towards a first day in the backcountry. So I'm about to start the online part of the Avalanche Safety Training course, which is set to take about 7 to 8 hours to complete. Once I've gone through everything there, in a couple of days I'm going to jump on a video call with all the course attendees to discuss what we've learned and ask any questions. I'm interested to see what all of this involves, and I'm going to get into it. I'm about 15% of the way through this course and my brain is about to explode with information on snow science and avalanches. There's some really great visual and audio aids to help sort of set all of this out, but there's a lot of theory behind it all, and I'm trying to relate to what I've seen and heard out in the mountains over the last couple of weeks, especially here in Revelstoke, but very much looking forward to kind of putting it into practice actually out on the hill sometime soon. But for the time being, I'm going to crack on. I'm about 75% of the way through the online modules, which I'll be honest is quite overwhelming. But right now I've come up to Revelstoke Mountain Resort, where they have a set area for practicing use of transceivers, shovels and probes. I've got a lot of new equipment and it's important that I learn how to use it, get familiar with it before I go out and do the real thing. I am using the Avalanche safety equipment from Ortovox. My transceiver is the Diract voice module, which does have voice guidance, which you will hear a little bit later, and yes, it may sound annoying, but it could just save someone's life. I've then got a 3-meter probe. For here in Revelstoke, you need at least 2 meters when going out into the backcountry. And finally, I've got a shovel, which does have a special hoe mechanism, which not many shovels do, and that will come in handy if you're ever in a search and rescue situation with a group of people having to shovel. In the training area, there are several signals hidden under the snow, which are activated by a switch box at the front. Once I've selected the ones I want to look for, I would then turn my transceiver to search mode, and then the fun begins.
Run straight. Go down to the snow surface. Search the smallest value.
Being able to locate the signal gave me reassurance and confidence in the equipment I was using. It was important before to practice all the different activities, including probing and shoveling, before the big day tomorrow. Tomorrow is the practical part of the training course, which involves us actually going out into the backcountry. There's about 10 to 15 centimeters of snow forecast, which is exciting, but I'll be honest, I'm a little bit nervous, and I think that's just down to the sheer volume of information I've absorbed so far without even actually going out there. Also, it's on a new area I've never been before, and it's a big mountain. We're going over the other side of the river to Mount McPherson. After a 4-kilometer skin up past the Nordic Ski Club, our group settled in a clearing at the base of the Fingers to conduct our avalanche safety training. The night before, we had all discussed about prepping for the day and discussing how we might plan a normal day out in the backcountry. On the day itself, we went into deep details on the use of all our equipment, with lots of practice in pairs and larger groups. Most importantly, at the latter part of the day came the scenario. The instructor gave us a hypothetical scenario where an avalanche had occurred with people buried. Using signals split into our groups of 4, we were to conduct the necessary process and procedures used to locate and hopefully rescue survivors. I'm trying.
Go down to the snow surface. Keep right. Search the smallest value.
In the debrief at the end of the day, we all felt we could have done a lot better in this scenario. At the time, there was a lot of nerves and adrenaline and of course a lot of information running through our brains. So at this point, we probably all looked like we were running around like headless chickens. But it was a little bit reassuring to know from the instructor that this is how everybody goes on their first time. This is why we practice. This video has been filmed across multiple days, and I was hoping the final act here would be to show you some touring and backcountry skiing either in Rogers Pass or off the resort. Unfortunately, the opportunity has not matched up with my work schedule and the constant changing conditions here in British Columbia this winter. I haven't had the opportunity, but I have learned some very invaluable skills and information that have opened my mind, made me quite wary of a lot of risks I didn't otherwise know when you're in the mountains. And I think that is so important when you're in these conditions, and I'd highly recommend anybody who is looking to get into that side of the sport to educate themselves before they do. Having said that, I would love to hear from you if you've done any form of avalanche safety training. I would love to know about your experiences and how valuable you found that content when venturing out into the backcountry. We've hit 2,000 subscribers, and I just wanted to take the time to say a massive thank you to everybody who has watched a second of a video, has liked, left a comment, and of course subscribed. This is an achievement which I'm really proud of and appreciate all of your support. Unfortunately, this winter has not all been about achievements, so obviously I haven't been able to do any real backcountry skiing, and I'm not going to be able to finish the ski season here in Revelstoke. I will explain more in a future video because there is a lot of things going on, but I just want to take the time again to say a massive thanks, guys. I'll be posting some more information on that in due course. But yeah, for now, like the video, leave a comment, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.